G'day everyone, welcome back to another episode. I finally got another piece of steel. It took a few weeks to come in and a lot of emails back and forth, but I've got it back from the laser cutters now. So today we're going to be welding in the new sunroof. So I've already lined it up where it's going to go. I'm just going to do some measurements to make sure it's in the exact spot. Got all my tools out, and then I've got to mark out the cutout to make sure it's a perfect fit, and then we'll get into doing some stick welding. I've got a little bit to cut out, so I thought I'd bring the plasma cutter up just because I can now. So the black line is where the plate is going to sit, so I've got a bit of trimming to do there, all along here. A very small amount of trimming here, and then we'll have a little bit of a gap that I'm going to have to bridge on that side and on that side, but a little bit of trimming in the middle there. So I'm going to start trimming her up with a plasma cutter so we can start welding in. Alright, so I've got it all prepped and in place, ready to start welding. So what I've done is just gone around and plasma cut it out to a better size so it fits a lot neater. And we've ground out all the paint off so that we don't have any contaminants going into the weld. So I'm choosing to do low hydrogen arc welding rods today. I could have MIG welded up, I had the MIG already set up, but the low hydrogen welding rods have a much better elasticity to the welds, so you know, if we got a little bit of stress put on the top plate here, the welds aren't going to crack, or less likely to crack than the MIG welding. So yeah, just decided to do the low hydrogens today on this bit, and we're going to start welding. I'm about a quarter of the way through welding. Get some welding happening there, but there's a little bit of plate misalignment just because the original plates are a little bit wavy. So I've got like 5mm misalignment there, so I've just cut my G-clamp in half, tack that on, and we can adjust that misalignment just by pushing this down. Now we're perfectly level. I just finished welding and I've ground back the top to the welds just to make everything a bit flush. And I'm just going to grab my little sanding disc on my grinder, just give it a bit of profile and take off all the little bits of slag. So just going to give that a little bit of a clean up. Now we're just going to put some edge primer on. This isn't going to be for final coat or anything, it's just going to stop it from flaring up and rusting up. Well, on a little bit of a side job, I'm in the shipping container and sometimes I see mice in here. So I've noticed this is where they're coming in and out. You can see where they've scratched off the paint. Bit of a hole in my shipping container. So I might do a little bit of weld repair inside my little workshop here. Well, I got a piece of metal sitting behind my shipping container here that I cut out for the door. That's been there for a little while, so because we're in Australia here, we just got to watch out for snakes. So just going to open it up, and we're in spring now, so there's a good chance of snakes. No snakes, but it looks like a few mouse holes. There's a spider there. This hole isn't that great. It's got a couple of bits that stick out here, and this is probably okay to weld over. We're just going to knock that little curve in just to make it a little bit better to fit a little piece in, and then I'm going to cut a piece out of that other door. Now just pop the magnet on the other side so that my little replacement metal piece can not fall through when I put it in. Just sits in there nicely, and it matches that radius there. All done. I thought I might start with welding up those holes. So we got some holes on the corner of the windows to patch up, and I cut this board out just to have a flat place to stand for a little bit, and we're going to take that board up and weld that little brace in the stringer underneath. So that gets us all done in there for a little while. So I'll get to doing some welding. Right, both windows are welded up. Last bit now is that loose stringer. I don't know why. I might just put a bit more weld on both of them just because the other one doesn't look like I could see any good welds on it. So, gotta put 1 inch run on. Alright, I think we're done with all the prep work. This room is looking nice and clean, all prepped, all the walls are done. I've got a little bit of board back in there. All the welding's done on that window, all the grinding preparation. Same as this one. And we welded up these ones. I put some big ass welds on there. It's really solid. So that's now nice and secure. And I'll just put the board back in here and we're all done. That brings us to the end of this week's episode. So let us know how we went and any suggestions, and we'll get back to everyone.